To help us make sense of these developments, we are now joined by Integrated Bar of the Philippines President Attorney Alan Panolong. Good morning and thank you for joining us, Attorney. Attorney, are you with us now?
Oh yeah, good morning po, Diego and Angelo. Thank you for inviting me for your
Of course.
program today.
All right, Attorney, thank you. No, I'm sure you've been monitoring this Zaldico saga, no? So ano pang natitirang options now that he is no longer in custody of the Czech Republic for the Philippines authorities to probably, hopefully get a hold of Zaldico?
As I've been mentioning in my previous interviews, I think the Philippine government has still to pursue its red Interpol notice, no? Because it's one way of fast tracking actually the return of Saldico. So with the red Interpol notice, no, the Czech Republic or any country for that matter will be, through their law enforcement agency. So pwede po nilang i-locate yung location ni Saldico and it can be processed in return po niya sa ating bansa.
Pero kasi ang dami po mga lumalabas na usapin tungkol dun talaga sa estado ni former Congressman Zaldico, no, doon sa ibang bansa. We all know the Philippine passport is already canceled. He's not, I don't know if he's using that pa, pero sinasabi nila may Portuguese passport or may golden visa. What do you think kaya yung ginagamit niya ngayon na he can move freely in other countries, Attorney?
Cannot really answer that categorically, no? Because for one, we are not communicating with Saldico.
Yeah. But what do you think kaya? Ano kaya?
Yes, I think Saldico may be able to have other passports other than the Philippine passport. Kasi within the European Union naman is you cannot freely move kung wala kang, if you're not in possession of a valid passport. However, I understand for those landlocked areas, for instance, if you're traveling from, say, Switzerland to Italy, para pong hindi ka nadadaan ata ng immigration area pag land ka. So, there is no need to check on the passport that he is holding. So he may be able to freely move within the area, except if he will board an airplane, because with that he will be asked to present his passport.
Exactly.
Pero kung by land lang po, kasi I have a personal experience, ma'am. I traveled from Czech Republic actually. No, I was able to visit Prague, and we went to Germany, which is very close to it, and we rode a private vehicle, in fact, and we were never stopped in the border. So we were never required. Hindi po kami tinanong eh. Wala through and through lang po na nakapasok kami. So with that, Zaldico really can freely move around within that area.
So
except lang po talaga if tingin ko if he will travel through airplane or by plane.
So what happened kay Attorney, kay Zaldico na supposedly na stop siya inside a vehicle? Was this a random checkpoint na natsambahan lang si Zaldico? And ano talaga nangyari? Was it detention? Was he held for a while to check his papers? Kasi pinakawalan din eh.
It could be po, no? Kasi as I said, the reports kasi are very
vague. They're vague.
Very limited yung informations being divulged to the public. But I remember also when we traveled from Czech Republic going to Germany, we were informed na just in case you bring your passport and visa, baka mamaya ma-flag down tayo sa highways, no? So it could be that he might be probably their vehicle was probably flagged down, and at saka sir, meron kasing mga allegations na although this is unverified, that Zaldico is actually in possession of other passports other than the Philippine passport. So if it's a passport from a European country, so he can freely move around, except if he wants to go to UK, because it would require visa kasi hindi nakasama ang UK sa So, but if he is in possession of a a passport, especially from a European country or belonging to that European Union. So he can freely move around.
That's right.
There is no restraint on that.
So, ibig sabihin, attorney, if he's in possession of a European passport, that means legally obtained yon at kahit canceled pa yung Philippine passport niya, there's no chance of deportation unless may ginawa siyang mali.
Yes, because that would be a domestic, we would apply the domestic law of that country that issued the passport. Ganun po yun. So
Kahit
we don't have any jurisdiction on that matter. We cannot,
Kahit attorney, medyo malaki yung supposed crime niya na he's charged with dito sa bansa, hindi pwede i-cite yun?
yun nga po yung napag-usapan natin. No? The government really should
Red notice.
explore yung diplomatic ties with the country where Saldico is allegedly present. So we can explore that. There is this United Nations
Yes,
Convention
Convention
Against
Against-
Corruption. So pwede po yun. So I believe many of the European countries are part of that. And if a person, no, like allegedly, like Saldico, who is facing a lot of cases for corruption, no, for corruption here in our country, pwede po nilang makuha ang cooperation ng any European country na kung saan nandoon si Saldico. So if they are signatory, they are obliged by that because that is a lawful agreement between the countries.
So okay lang po
One member
doon.
to that, yeah.
Opo, okay lang po doon sa avenue na yon, yung United Nations Convention Against Corruption, kahit po wala tayong extradition treaty with Czech Republic.
Yes, yes. Kahit wala pong extradition treaty, okay po yun.
Pero
Because they are part of that eh.
Opo. Pero yung iba naman po nagtatanong sila, of course, what if mag-file ng asylum? 'Di ba? Si asylum, ang tawag po nun, mag-asylum seeker siya. Is that even
Yes.
possible? Kasi sabi nila, hindi naman siya politically persecuted here in the Philippines. His charges here are criminal.
So unang-una po we have to distinguish because a person applying for political asylum is actually facing persecution from his or her host country.
Yes.
So in this case, Zaldico is not facing persecution, but he is facing prosecution. He's actually trying to evade being prosecuted for alleged corruption cases that he was a principal author of which.
Right.
So he cannot trace that. If ever he applies for that, there is a greater probability that it may even be denied. So he cannot make use of that. But, anything may happen.
Pero syempre yung mga tao medyo parang na-disappoint because a week ago the government has been telling the public na nahuli na. Tapos yung ibang yung site nila sinabi arrested, and then now dinidifferentiate nila yung pagkakasabi nila tungkol sa nahuli versus arrested. Your thoughts on that? Ano ba talaga, attorney? Tama ba yun na they needed to differentiate these two words?
To be candid and to be frank, I think the announcement was very premature.
Yes.
So if you notice, the information's given, kulang-kulang eh. We don't even know. And then there was even an information, in fact, that we read over the several news outlets saying that he was not actually arrested. So meaning to say, may confusion eh. Ano ba talaga nangyari? Na-detain ba siya? Nahuli ba siya? And for what reason?
Yeah.
So it's really difficult to answer that because we can distinguish that based on the act for which he or she was caught or apprehended. Kasi kung halimbawa nahuli siya in violation of a penal statute of the foreign country, so the term should be arrested.
Yes.
But he was only detained for some clarificatory questioning, maybe to ascertain the veracity of his identity. So I think it was a purely detention. Baka tingin ko parang ganon lang siguro yun, ma'am, dahil maybe siguro alam naman po sa mundo na he is facing charges here in our country. So baka pag mabasa yung pangalan niya, so why are you in possession of this probably passport. So baka ganun ang nangyari po.
So,
Oo,
na-flag down lang.
so,
tama.
in that case, yes, in that case, it was a purely temporary detention or deprivation of his liberty, but it does not amount to an arrest. So magkaiba po yun eh.
So in other words, attorney,
Totoo.
ang pwede nangyari na flag down siya for a checkpoint possibly sa border tapos nakita na temporarily yung baka mali ang dala ng passport tapos chinek na lang yung kahit nakita nila attorney na hinahanap ng Philippine country at hindi pwedeng i-hold si Saldico kasi walang red notice, ganun ba 'yon?
At saka ako, sir, because yung case naman ni Zaldico is a domestic problem in our country. So, pag in the absence of a proper coordination with the law enforcement agency of a foreign country as well as even the judicial yung judiciary nila, no? Kasi kailangan may coordination. And they have nothing to they have no reason to detain further. So, ganun po yun eh. So, maingat din sila kasi alam niyo po, ang European countries are, these are mature countries.
Yes.
Yung observance yung rights of every individual, especially on the right to travel, yung freedom, among other things, very essential yan sa kanila eh. So, hindi ho siya ganun kadali.
Yes, so,
Na
so masalimuot pala to, no?
Hearsay information. Yes, sir.
Oo.
Medyo masalimuot nga po. And actually, this is acknowledged by the Philippine government. And I think they have to, for me, as a lawyer, they have to pursue with the Interpol. No?
So
Pero ang
And
tagal
explore
pa.
further diplomatic avenues.
well, ang last question ko, attorney, you mentioned Interpol. We also talked about the UN kanina. What would be the most prudent, fastest, or most effective way to bringing Saldico home? Kasi medyo yung cases niya dito, medyo, 2 more years, patapos na yung itong admin. So as much as possible, we want Saldico here as na mabilisan.
For me, sir, no, kasi those things that I mentioned, number one, yung sa Interpol, at saka sa United Nations Conventions Against Corruption. And dapat parallel, they have also to explore entering into an extradition treaty. So while waiting for those options, na while working, no, meron din tayong pending extradition treaty. So that we acknowledge that these processes will really take longer. So, kumbaga, the government should explore as many options as possible just to make sure that Saldico will be brought back to our country for him to answer the alleged cases against him.
Right.
So, ganun po yun, no?
Kasi ang natin, we applied daw po for red notice, particularly in this case of Zaldico, last November pa. So that's how many months already. Medyo matagal-tagal na. Alright, maraming salamat po as always sa inyong oras and of course sa inyong insights. Integrated Bar of the Philippines President Attorney Alan Panolong. Magandang umaga po sa inyo.
Thank you, Ma'am Angelo and Sir Diego.
Thank you.
Mabuhay po tayong lahat.